Hi, it's Jeff Lundblad again with Family Legacy Estate Sale with another in my series of videos on collectibles. The name of this video is Girls, They Don't Have Cooties. And that's an old saying from when I was a kid in the 60s and 70s. But it applies to the action figure collectible world as well. Because I'm going to share some examples with you where, especially people my age, which is the era of the late 60s, early 70s, when there was a female action figure, most boys didn't want it. And they didn't want it, it was a girl. Why do I want a girl figure when I can have a guy, So, but if you look back on it now, like in the old 12-inch G.I. Joe figure days from the late 60s into the 70s, the most valuable of all of those figures is the G.I. Joe nurse, by far. Okay? Very expensive. But no boys wanted it, so they didn't make it in any kind of quantity. And who knows what else boys would have done with it if they were given it as a gift. Okay? So, and this was the pattern that was pretty much the case through most of the 70s and into the 80s. Here's a figure I have in my personal collection from Mego that was produced in the 1970s. This is from the Planet of the Apes figure line. This is Zira. I think Zira was the only figure that was female in that line. I think there's 10 figures. And again, boys didn't really want the female figures. So Zira tends to have a little bit of a premium to her. Okay. Now things are changing a little bit with kids nowadays and certainly collectors of my age that have woken up and smelled the coffee, so to speak. There's a couple other figures that, this is Nova, also from the Planet of the Apes collection, but this was made by Sideshow Collectibles, I think about 10 years ago. Vast majority of the characters in the line are males, but there is a female character, and this is Nova. Again, when you're collecting and investing in toys, don't look past the female characters because they can hold a big premium for you. Because I don't have production number proof, but I believe they're made in lesser quantities than their male counterparts. Here's another figure that shows how time has changed. Now this is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman has been really hot in the last couple years, and there's a lot of different versions of her character figure out there. So the mindset is changing, but you go back to, like I said, the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it was quite different. And so if you can get your hands on female figures from those eras, those decades, you can put some extra money in your pocket. So stay tuned for future videos on collectibles, and thanks for your time.